All right. Hello, everyone. We're on part two. We're here with Tim Hsiao from, it's part two, unofficially part two, because we got cut off from part one, but technical difficulties happen. You know what I mean? When we're using all this high-end, technological equipment. But I'm here with Tim Hsiao. He's a professor at Florida Southwestern State College, as well as Florida Gulf Coast University. He is a professor of philosophy. Also, he just came out with his latest. Is it published? Is it being published?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
His latest published work, The Morality of Factory Farming, and I think you should check that out. It debunks a lot of the contemporary myths from left-wing groups that don't, again, which we're going to get into, really have kind of a lackadaisical approach to morality, and we will get into postmodernism in a little bit. But I wanted to go back to moral claims, and studying economics, there was always this claim of that efficient allocation of scarce resources with alternative uses is a good thing. That if you're going to say that's a good thing, isn't that a moral claim to say efficient allocation of resources is a moral good? And then that's the kind of the system that we would want to have implemented, as opposed to an inefficient allocation of resources?
I mean, when we talk about good and bad, we can talk about good and bad in a bunch of senses. I have a good book, good computer, effort. And when it comes to something like morality, what makes something a moral good as opposed to just being a good book or good computer is whether it pertains to the flourishing of rational beings. And so economic systems can be good as an economic system and also good for our flourishing in that they are able to place us in a position where we are the most able to realize the capacities that nature has given us.
Right. And even when somebody says, "Oh, I have a good computer," or "I'm eating a good burger," they mean that the computer is efficient. It's works well. It does what a computer is supposed to do really well. That's what everybody's presupposing when they say that. That's what I'm assuming when you say you have a good computer. When somebody says, "Hey, I have a good burger," I'm assuming the meat is really really good. It's put together really well, and that you would want to trade for it, and that
Yeah, I mean,
go
yeah,
ahead.
in general, when we speak of something as just being good, all we really mean is that it's good for fulfilling some function. So in that sense, morality is not really something that's any different from what we see in nature. I mean, we see you can just go look at a tree and determine what's good for the tree, what's bad for the tree. You can look at an animal and determine what's good for the animal, what's bad for an animal. And so in that sense, morality is completely natural. It's built into the world. And so when we talk about moral good, as opposed to just the natural good, moral good has to do with how we as beings act in relation to our ability to reason. And so in that sense, there's nothing spooky, nothing about morality. We come into contact with values all the time. And so morality is just a particular subset of the value that we already encounter in nature in general.
When you say values, what do you mean?
Moral value, well, just values in general, good and bad. I mean, you don't have, or you have values that are not moral values. So I have a good computer, a good teacher, good firefighter. All of these are good in the sense that they fulfill some function. That's all we mean by good. And morality is just a particular subset of good in that sense.
Okay, I wanted to move on. I wanted to start a little base with that on what is morality. I wanted to move to Rothbard's conception of self-ownership, which is like, and how it differs from Locke. Rothbard, concludes and presupposes that your body belongs to you, that you own it, much like you would own, say, your car. Therefore, you can do whatever you want with your car. If you want to walk outside and you want to take a baseball bat and smash it, that's your right to do. As a human being, you have no one can force you. There is no coercive justification because it is your body, meaning it's kind of like he divorces the subject, the person, from their ultimate ends, which is flourishing. And that if you don't want to flourish, let's say you want to sit in your house and do heroin, that's totally okay, and you have every right to do so. Again, I think you said earlier that, saying that we have rights means that we have obligations or duties. Am I correct in my assessment of Rothbard, meaning that he kind of divorces the two, the morality from these certain duties that lead to an ultimate purpose or ends, which is flourishing? Oh, I think you froze again. Shoot, we're getting into good discussion too. It's okay. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm going to leave these up so you can listen to the first parts of them. I really want to get to this at some point. I'll get another philosopher on. I'll get Tim back on when he has a better connection. I'm really sorry. I will do better next time. But I think that you can learn enough from the first show and then from this one, and I'll cut them and upload them to Facebook. Thank you.